Good morning. I know I've had a lot going on with the new series. I know I threw another one in there, par climbing, just because we're not great at climbing, we're par. Yeah. But another short one for you. Right now I'm on the Cache Laputa River. River somewhere over there. And riding all the way out to a town called Greeley because I got a friend who's gonna help me with the box that's on my back. Those are steel bicycle tubers, that's right. Aluminum frame. I'll tell you more about it later. For now, I gotta get my butt out of the pool and see what's happening. This is the biggest wood carving I've ever seen. Like 20 feet high. And it's ridiculously good. Look at it. God. Now, before I can go ahead and start building my bike, I need to start destroying another bike. I'm just cutting up an old kid's BMX bike, and this is so I can learn fillet brazing, because that's how I'm going to be conjoining my steel tubes instead of what most people do these days, which is welding. Now, there's a couple of reasons behind that, and we'll get to those in just a moment. So, for those of you who don't know what brazing is superheating this two steel tubes, and then you also melt a filler in between, usually a brass or a silver filling. So the steel tubes are going to be heated to a point where it actually will make a molecular bond with the filler rod, and then the filler rod is the only material that actually is melting, and that will flow inside the metal and help make a more complete bond. So the question becomes, why brazing instead of welding, if welding is kind of what the norm is in the cycling industry these days? Well, a couple of reasons. One, brazing is much easier to learn. I was able to generally get a decent feel for it in one afternoon. Of course, I'm not going to be perfect. There's a lot of things still left to learn. But also, brazing is a lot cheaper. See, my friend here actually already had all the equipment to braze. If he had all the equipment to weld, I'd probably be learning to weld. So one of the benefits then for brazing is because you're only getting the steel to like a red hot, not necessarily a liquid state. You have far less, and some people just say absolutely no deforming of the steel tubes. Another thing is, because you're not melting the steel, you won't put a hole into a thin-walled steel, which you commonly use for a bicycle or bicycle tubing. Here's my first weld. I'll get the other side. Woo! I love that sound. Second weld, or second half went okay. Good here, but this gap here, as you see, was filling in, was just sucking all the brass inside. Then over here was a lot better. So, definite progress. I can clean this up more and fix it easily, but just practice weld. So for my first lesson on bike building, that's all I'm learning. I've got more coming up. I will be talking about bike frame, how I designed it, just how to choose a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to learn more about bicycle frame building, another YouTube channel I highly recommend you check out, especially if you want high quality and high details unlike me, is Pithy Bikes. He's actually starting on his second bicycle project. And he does a very, very good job of explaining everything really well and showing you the fine details. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.